everyone, my name is Nate Tubbs with Together Chicago, and I want to welcome you here to Building Blocks of Peace training. This is our Part 2 training. We also had our Part 1 on the first Saturday of March. How many of you were able to make that Part 1 training? All right. And then how many of you, is this your first time at any Building Blocks of Peace training? Any first time people here today? Great, thank you. Welcome. We're glad you're here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of what is this all about? And why do we do this, okay? Why Building Blocks of Peace? Last month, I shared a slide, and there's kind of a double meaning to the phrase Building Blocks of Peace. There's a double meaning. We're talking about the elements that make for peace. What are the practices and the actions that we can take? And then what are the places, the blocks, the physical places where we're going to do that work? Okay, so we want to build. What are the building blocks of peace, the elements, and what are the blocks, what are the places where we want to see that happen? So one of the key phrases we talk about a lot is this term faithful presence. Faithful presence. And I want to read you a little way that we define that. This is seeking the well-being of our blocks and neighborhoods through consistent, positive presence in proximity to our homes, organizations, and places of need. How many of you believe that that your block would be different if that happened on your block? Anyone? What about your neighborhood? Would your neighborhood be different if people were faithfully present in your neighborhood? Do you believe that? All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So the question I want to ask you today is, what is your place in Chicago? What is your place in Chicago? There's a lot of ways we can talk about Chicago and the places that make up Chicago. So I want to do a little quiz right now, and I'm actually going to give away some of these books right here. So if you know the answers, and actually if my daughter, Dale, she wanted to help give away the books, so could somebody grab her? She just said, come on, Dale. Okay, so I'm going to quiz you all. If you can answer these questions, you can come up and choose one of these books. There's some great books. We've got Doc's Neighborhood Prayer Guide. We've got the Light in the Night Handbook. We've got the Connected Community, the Power of Proximity, all kinds of great books, the Hopeful Neighborhood, etc. You want to wave to everybody? Say hi. This is my daughter Dale. All right, so maybe when they come up to pick a book, you can help them pick their book that they want to take, or you pick a book that they'll win. Okay? So maybe grab the first one, and we'll see who wins it. All right. So this question's a warm up. All right. All right. Chicago has how many community areas? Who knows? 77. 77. You win. Come on up. Come on up. That was an easy one, okay? That was an easy one, but good job still. All right, that was a warm up. Okay. Chicago has how many neighborhoods? And sometimes those terms get switched, right? Community areas, neighborhoods. How many neighborhoods? 144. 144. Who else? 126. This is a little trick because I don't know if there's a definitive answer. But the answer that I kept finding was over 200. Over 200. So who's the closest to that? 126. 126? Okay, whoever said that, come on up and grab a book. I don't know who that was. Okay. Mark, come on up. Mark, come on up. All right. How many?
He's already got his own building. How does he?
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. How many wards does Chicago have? How many aldermanic wards? 50. All right, nice job. Come on up. You get a book. All right, how many zip codes? This is a tough one. Anyone know how many zip codes Chicago has? Megan, take a guess. 99. Anyone else? You're going to be the closest if no one else guesses. So. 40. 72. What's the answer? There's a right around 90. It's debated because there's little parts where it kind of goes over and not over, but 99 was really close. So why don't you come on down and grab a book? Okay, anyone know how many parks are in Chicago? 208. 208. Who else? Just throw a guess out there. You don't know. 208.95. This is the Price is Right. Any other guesses? How many parks in Chicago? 14. What's that? 614. Ooh, you're pretty close. All right, let's see what it is. It's over 600. Come on down. Come on down. Nice job. All right, how many CPS schools are there in Chicago? Damien can't answer. Kim can't answer. I'm just kidding. How many schools are in Chicago? CPS schools?
300.
300. Who else?
378.
378. Higher.
Way more.
620.
Yeah.
620. Okay. 620, 650. What's the answer?
658 schools.
634. Who's closer? 620.
620.
Okay, 620. How many books do we have left? We got a couple more. Okay. All right. So how many? This one we're not going to give a book for this one. This one's a little too easy. How many CPD districts are there? How many districts? It's not easy. Okay. I'm going to ask him how many beats next. So. How many CPD districts? 20. I heard 22. That's correct. 22 is correct. We only have 2 more books, so let's save them for these last ones. How many beats? Does anyone know how many? So a beat is a portion of a district. Every district is split up into beats. 6,000. Any other guesses? 110. Anyone else higher than 110? Donovan, do you know? I don't know. I don't have a definitive answer for this either. Maybe Commander Ricardo can help me, but
420.
okay. It's around 250 is what I was able to find. 250. Who's
Commander says 280, so you're close.
280? Wow. Who is closest? I have no idea who's closest. That one right here. Come on. Come get a book. Okay, the last one. Blocks. Building blocks of peace. Right? How many blocks are there in the city of Chicago? Does anyone know? Throw your guesses out. 10,000. 1250. 2250. It's higher than 10,000. How about that? 15,500. Higher than that. 25,000. Lower than that. If you get it within the 1,000, I'll give you the book. 22,000. Close. Lower.
19,750.
You're the closest, but it could be closer. 21,000. That's the closest number, I believe. Let's see what it is. 20,800. 20,800. So who wins that one?
Give the book to the next closest.
Come on down and grab your book. Who is that? Michael, you gotta get some of this book. So. Alright, 20,800 books. Blocks. Okay, what's the point? What's the point of all that? There's a lot of places in Chicago, right? There's a lot of blocks, there's a lot of schools, there's a lot of parks. It's kind of overwhelming, right? If you think about it, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of places that need faithful presence, right? So what place are you committed to? What block are you committed to? What school are you committed to, et cetera, et cetera? I want to read this quote. Where are you committed? Where are you committed? Think about that today. This quote by Wendell Berry. No matter how much one may love the world as a whole, or maybe we say Chicago, so no matter how much one may love Chicago as a whole, one can live fully in it only by living responsibly in some small part of it. Where we live and who we live there with define the terms of our relationship to the world and to humanity. We thus come again to the paradox that one can become whole only by the responsible acceptance of one's partiality. I love that quote, and I think of that quote a lot. We need to live responsibly in some small part of Chicago, and I think we can all do that. So I hope today that you feel challenged and equipped and encouraged to do that, to commit to your place and to your block. All right? Thank you for playing the game. Thank you, Bill, for your help. Appreciate it. Why don't you go grab that donut?